speaks begins with a smile. That was her line. So simple you could miss it. But what if that smile today, your smile opens a door you can't see yet? What if the next person in front of you is not a distraction, not an obstacle, but an answer? Chach walked the streets of Calcutta. She didn't wait for a perfect plan. She didn't wait for a big budget, one wound, one pair of tired eyes, one person. She used to say, not all of us can do great things, though. But we can do small things with great love. That's the key. One small act, great love. Let me take you there for a moment. Early morning, heat rising off the pavement, a body on the street, ignored by a rushing world. She kneels. She doesn't preach. She lifts him gently. She cleans his wounds. In that quiet gesture, a door opens. Not a magical door at the end of a rainbow. A human door. A door inside the heart, Tibero. And when that door opens, everything changes. You and I may never walk those same streets, but her lesson is for us. Today, she said, if you can't feed 100 people, then feed just one. Your one might be different. It might be the coworker who sits alone at lunch, the elderly neighbor nobody visits, the child who needs a patient ear, the person wearing a brave face and carrying a hidden burden. What if your blessing is waiting right there, in that moment you usually pass by? She believed in a love that sees, a love that touches without fear. She called the poor Jesus in his most distressing disguise. Imagine that. Imagine if every person who interrupts your day is actually an invitation, not a test to fail, but a chance to love. How would that change your home? See, one day, she brought a bag of rice to a family who hadn't eaten. The mother took the rice, divided it into 2 bowls, and walked out the door. She came back with 1 bowl empty. Where did you go? Mother asked. The mother said, next door. They also haven't eaten. 2 families, 1 gift. 2 doors opening at once. More than food was shared that day. Dignity was shared. Hope was shared. This is how blessing multiplies, not by hoarding, but by passing it along with great love. We think blessing is something that falls down like rain. Sometimes it does. Often it flows like water released by a small turn of their wrist. You turn the handle with mercy. You open the tap with a smile. You start the flow with a simple yes in your heart. Mother Teresa's yes was small and steady. She would say, do small things with great love. Not once, again and again, like prayer beads between the fingers. 1 bead, then another, then another. And prayer was the secret, so she didn't run on adrenaline. She ran on silence. As she used to say, God speaks in the silence of the heart. If we want to love well, we must listen first, not rush, not fix everything. Listen, even 30 seconds can clear a fog. Even 1 minute of stillness can make your eyes soft again. So try this with me right now. Breathe out gently. Picture the next person you will meet today. See their face. Just be still for a moment with their name. Ask quietly, how can I love this person in one small way? The answer won't shout. It will arrive like a whisper. A text that says, I'm thinking of you. A seat given up on the bus. An apology that should have been offered weeks ago. The whisper is simple. Follow it. Mother Teresa loved to repeat, it's not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving. That line pulls the mask off our excuses. We say, I don't have enough, not enough money, not enough time. Timaitan, but love is not measured by weight. Love is measured by warmth, by presence, by how willing we are to notice, to bend down, to look someone in the eyes and say, you matter. She saw a different kind of poverty in modern life. She called it the poverty of being unwanted, uncared for. You can have a full fridge and an empty heart. You can have a crowded calendar and still be terribly alone. In our homes, in our homes, in our offices, in our schools. And here is the beautiful twist. When you feed that hunger in someone else, your own soul eats too. The blessing you give becomes the blessing you receive. Think about the biblical picture that guided her steps. Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. Not for your image, not for a headline, for me. So the act becomes prayer, the smile becomes worship, the simple bowl of rice becomes a holy offering. That is why she could do it day after year, because it wasn't about her. It was about love meeting love. She lived humility like a garment. She chose the simple thing, the quiet thing, to be small but faithful. She taught her sisters to clean with care, to dress wounds gently, to speak softly, to make the person in front of them feel like the only person in the world. That is humility in action, not self-hatred, not shrinking back, to put another at the center without losing yourself, because you know you are already held by a greater love. And she laughed. Did you know that? Her face was lined, but her eyes were bright. She'd say, and then she'd give you one, a real one, the kind that lifts your shoulders, the kind that says, I'm with you. A smile costs nothing and gives much. It's a key you carry in your pocket. Use it. Open the door. I want to give you a simple challenge, one that she would love before the sun goes down today. Help one person, just one. Do it quietly. Do it with tenderness. Maybe you bring a coffee. Maybe you wash a dish you didn't dirty. And maybe you call the person you've been avoiding and say, I forgive you. Or, I'm sorry. Maybe you visit someone who is sick. You let silence do the healing. One person, one act. Great! Love. Then watch what happens in your heart. There will be moments when you don't feel like it. When the other person is hard to love. When gratitude doesn't come back. We are called to be faithful, not successful. Your work is the love, not the applause. The applause belongs to heaven. Sometimes people asked her, "How do you keep going when there is so much need?" One by one, you cannot do everything, but you can do the one thing in front of you. The need is not your enemy. The need is your map. It points the way to the next yes, and when the weight feels heavy, she would return to prayer. She kept a little word in her heart, Jesus. She said it often quietly, like breathing, that to escape people, but to be present to them. To keep her roots in love, you can do this too. While you walk, while you wait, say a simple name for God under your breath. Let that be your rhythm. Let that be your strength. She also held on to forgiveness. Oh, how stubborn our grudges are, so hard our hearts can be. She would say, people are often unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. This isn't about being a doormat. This is about refusing to let bitterness write your story. Forgiveness opens a locked door from the inside. The person most freed might be you. Right now, think of one place in your life where peace feels far away, a relationship that aches, a room that goes quiet when certain names are mentioned. Think Mother Teresa, taking your hand and whispering, start small, start with a smile, start with a kind word, start with washing one cup without being asked. Start with a prayer for the person who hurt you. Use what you have. Do what you can. And keep going. Video note for our community. What is the one small act of love you will do today, and for whom? Share it in the comments to inspire someone else. And if this reflection is helping you, tap like and subscribe so we can keep walking together. Now, let's return to that street in Calcutta. The man she lifted was not a project. He was a person. He had a name. He had a story. Tovo. She saw him and he knew it. That knowing changes people. It can change you too. Tidbetek. When someone really sees you, isn't there a lightness, a relief? You can offer that to another. Your eyes can be a shelter, their words can be a gentle place to land. She often said, we shall never know all the good that a simple smile can do. You do not get to see the full map, but you can trust the compass. The compass points to love. You may never learn that your kind words stopped a man from giving up, that your visit to a hospital got a woman through the night, that your offered seat restored a teenager's faith in adults, that your quiet prayer steadied at strangers. At the wheel, you may never know, and knowing is enough. We are tempted to compare, to measure our love against someone else's. She would gently shake her head. Worry about numbers, worry about names. Names are where God lives. It is easy to love humanity. It is harder to love the person interrupting you right now. That is the holy place. That is the altar where sacrifice becomes joy. And yes, joy she carried many sorrows, but joy followed her like a song. Why? Because joy lives in giving. The world teaches us to grab, to guard. She taught us to release. The more you hoard, the smaller your heart becomes. The more you give, the larger it grows. Joy is space in the soul. Make room. Maybe you are listening and thinking, I am the one who needs help today. I am the one who feels unseen. Mother Teresa would meet your eyes first. She would take your hand. She would say softly, you are precious. Your life matters. Begin by letting yourself be loved. Sit in silence for a minute. Breathe. Ask for help. And when you can, give one small thing to someone else. It will not empty you. The dignity of every person was her anthem, not the dignity of the successful, the dignity of the forgotten, the unborn, the elderly, the abandoned, those the ones the world calls useless. She called them gifts, made in the image of God, worthy of care. So when you offer your small act, you are not condescending. You are honoring to a mystery inside the other that is as bright as yours. In her chapels, the light was soft. The floors were clean. The sisters sang quietly. They prayed. They worked. They prayed again. That rhythm can be yours in a different form. Work, love, rest. Work, love, rest. Cheap, repeating the truth she lived. Small things with great love. So, today, help one person. Hold the door longer than you need to. Send the message you've been putting off. Share a meal. Share your attention. Share your chair. Smile first. Listen longer. Forgive sooner. Let someone else go ahead. Bring flowers to that tired nurse. Write a note to the teacher. Thank the janitor by name. Be specific. Be simple. Be faithful. And if you want a practice to anchor your heart, take a minute of silence before you walk into the next room. Just 1 minute. Close your eyes, breathe, and say, I am willing to love the next person I meet. Then go in. Let your eyes look for the need. Your heart will know. Mother Teresa left us many words, but her life was the loudest sermon. She did not wait for clean stories. She walked into the mess and found God already there. Follow her there. Follow her into the places where people ache. Blessings open in those places. For them, for you. Peace begins with a smile. So give one right now. Let it soften your face. Let it soften the room. One small act of love. One person. Today, and as you do, may your heart stretch wider. May your home grow warmer. May doors you didn't know existed begin to open. That is the quiet miracle of love. It is how the world changes, one heart at a time. May you be blessed today. May you find the courage to start small. And may every person you meet feel the weight of their own dignity because of you. That is enough. It is everything.